In this session of the SpaceClaim software tutorial, we will introduce two very important and practical tools in the user interface of this software, namely Create Plane and the Combine command, along with various methods of using them. The Create Plane and Combine commands are related in certain cases and can be used together. In this session, you will see examples where we will need to define a plane in order to use the Combine command. We will start with the Create Plane command. Suppose you have a three-dimensional geometry, and for example, you need to draw a sketch from the middle part or a similar area of the geometry, and use it to make some modifications to your geometry. To do this, you need to first activate the Create Plane command, select one of the surfaces of your 3D geometry, and create your desired plane on it. Since we have already learned how to work with the Move command in previous sessions, we can move or rotate the created plane in any desired direction and orientation. Now, by activating the sketch mode on the defined plane, the sketches we draw will be placed on the created plane, and any modifications, such as extruding or similar operations, will be performed based on this plane. As you can see, one of the very useful features of the pull command is the both sides option. Here, by selecting this mode of the pull command, we extrude the geometry drawn on the plane in both directions. Now, to continue our tutorial and move on to the Combine command, I prefer to create a new geometry. As a starting point, I will draw a cube. By activating sketch mode on the top face of the cube, I intend to draw another cube that overlaps with the lower one. In order to have two separate bodies, I will turn off the lower cube from the Structure tab and then draw the upper cube. Now, as you can see, we have two bodies that are overlapping each other. This situation allows us to use the Combine command. Now, to use the Combine command, first select it from the toolbar. In the first step, the software asks us to choose the target body. This is the body we want the second one to be combined with. After selecting the target body, we move on to selecting the tool body, which is the other body that will be merged with the target. Then, from the Combine options, we can choose one of the modes: add, subtract, or intersect, depending on the result we want. Finally, after confirming the command, the two bodies will be combined and turned into a single unified body. Now, with the same geometry we already have, let's move on to another use of the Combine command, the Split option. As mentioned earlier, to apply this command, the bodies need to either overlap or intersect with each other in some areas. This time, instead of using combine to merge the geometries, we'll use the split option to separate them. When executing this command, the software detects the regions or faces where the two bodies are in contact or overlapping, and it splits them right along those areas. As a result, all the shared faces between the two bodies are divided, and each separated portion becomes an individual body, just as you can see here. Now let's move on to the next useful command, split body. When this command is activated, the software cuts our geometry using the planes or faces that we define, and by doing so, it creates new bodies. These cutting planes can either be existing surfaces within the geometry itself, or custom planes that we create specifically to use with the split body command for slicing the model. At this stage, using the move command that we learned earlier, I reposition and rotate the plane I created to place it exactly where I want. After fixing it in that location, I use the plane to cut my geometry with the split body command. As you can see, by executing this command, I was able to cut my geometry exactly the way I wanted, in this case, using an inclined plane. Performing such operations can be very practical and effective when working with different types of geometries. At this point, I'd like to highlight an important note. As you've seen in the previous steps, we can divide our geometry into separate bodies by defining different cutting planes. However, it's important to remember that the planes you define don't necessarily have to be flat. In the example you're seeing, I first create a plane at a certain distance from my geometry. Then, on that newly created plane, I start a sketch and draw several curved lines within it. Keep in mind that when you extrude a surface, you actually create a solid body. From this, we can conclude that if we extrude a line instead of a surface, the result will be a surface. Now, when we select our curved lines and extrude them, we create a curved surface that can then be used to cut the geometry. At this stage, I select the split body command once again. Then, I choose the bodies that I want to cut, and by selecting the curved surface I created earlier, I cut my geometry in a curved manner. As you can see, the resulting cut precisely follows the curvature of the selected surface. This time, I'll repeat the same concept with another example. Here, I start by creating a circle, and then I use the pull extrude command to extrude its edges. By doing so, we generate a circular surface, which can once again be used to split our geometry. This time, I'm going to use the split face command. First, I select the face of the body that I want to split. Then, I choose the surface or the sketch line that I want to use as the cutting tool. By confirming the command, the face will be divided into separate regions, just like you can see here. Keep in mind that unlike the split body command, this operation only divides the surface area of the model and doesn't separate it into new solid bodies. Now let's take a look at the project command. With this command, I can project curves or sketch lines onto a specific surface or face of my model. First, I select the sketch or the curves that I want to project. Then, I choose the target face or surface onto which those lines will be projected. After confirming, the selected curves are transferred onto the surface, following its shape and curvature. This is very useful when you want to use 2D sketches on a 3D curved surface. For example, to split, extrude, or cut the geometry exactly along that curved path. I hope this video was useful for you. To benefit from Mr. CFD's services, including simulation, consultation, and training, visit our website and contact us via these addresses.